morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Now for today's headlines. Former Ako Bicol Representative Saldico is the first to face charges in the flood control scandal. The Sandigan Bayan filed criminal cases Tuesday against Ko, DPWH Region 4B 6B officials and Sunwest Corps directors for malversation, graft, and Ko for receiving unwarranted financial benefits. Senator Amy Marcos's public claims that her brother, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., used drugs drew sharp criticism from Senate President pro tempore Panfilo Lacson, who called the airing of the family disputes un-Filipino. The resignations of Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and Budget Secretary Amina Pagdamanan out of delicadeza have not sparked other cabinet exits, the Malacanang said. The National Artist Award, the Philippines' highest honor for creatives, recognizes excellence in arts, literature, music, theater, architecture, and design. Nominations undergo multiple expert reviews before the President grants the final approval. While merit and lifetime contributions matter, the presidential discretion has historically influenced selections. Controversial insertions under President Arroyo and delayed awards for Ramon Santos and Nora Honor highlight the tension between artistry and politics, raising questions about how much the honor reflects talent versus influence. U.S. lawmakers approved the Epstein Files Transparency Act Tuesday, ordering the release of government documents on Jeffrey Epstein after President Trump dropped his opposition. The near-unanimous House vote comes amid over 1,000 alleged victims and scrutiny of Epstein's ties to elites, including Trump. Union Bank now lets Visa credit card holders use Google Pay for contactless payments in stores, online, and in apps, making it one of the first Philippine banks to offer the service. Currently in beta, the feature supports credit cards, with debit card support coming soon. Filipino Queen Ariela Ara Arida returned to the Miss Universe spotlight as Bench becomes the pageant's official swimsuit sponsor. A 2013 Miss Universe third runner-up, Ara's iconic swimsuit performances helped cement the Philippines' global pageant legacy. LeBron James took a major step toward returning from sciatica, completing a full Lakers practice on Monday. The 40-year-old missed the season's opening weeks for the first time in his career. His return for Tuesday's home game versus the Utah Jazz remains TBD, with recovery monitored over 24 hours. Lakers coach JJ Redick called James's presence like, quote, adding a new player. Today is the 19th of November and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. The ITZZ brings cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms to Davao Region, Soc-Sargen, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi, while the rest of Mindanao sees isolated rain showers or thunderstorms with possible flash floods or landslides during heavy storms. The shear line affects Cagayan, Isabela, Apayao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, and Ifugao, bringing showers and isolated thunderstorms. Eastern Visayas, Caraga, Aurora, Quezon, and Camarines Norte also expect scattered rains and thunderstorms. Batanes and Ilocos may experience cloudy skies with rain, while the rest of Cagayan Valley, Cordillera, and Ilocos region remain mostly cloudy with isolated rains. Metro Manila and other areas could see isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Residents in flood and landslide-prone areas are advised to stay alert and monitor for updates. Now, for a traffic update. Light traffic at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Mindanao Toll Plaza, Balintawak, Cloverleaf southbound approaching Skyway Ramp southbound, Bocaue Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, SETEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are reporting light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to remain alert and observe traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now, let's move to this morning's headlines. Former Ako Bicol Representative Saldico is now the first public official charged in the alleged 298 million peso flood control scam. The ombudsman filed graft, malversation through falsification, and undue benefit charges against Co, several DPWH Region 6B officials, and SunWest Corps executives. The case involves a substandard dike project in Oriental Mindoro, where investigators found below standard materials because the alleged malversed funds exceeded 8.8 million pesos. The ombudsman recommended no bail and warned more cases from the ongoing probe are expected. Senate President pro tempore Panfilo Lacson criticized Senator Amy Marcos for publicly accusing the President Bongbong Marcos of drug use, calling it, quote, un-Filipino, to air family conflicts before thousands at the INC rally. Lacson said Filipinos settle disputes privately, not on stage. Senator Robin Padilla echoed this, saying Amy's remarks were, quote, absolutely about family and not politics. The allegation, now gaining global attention, has put the Marcoses under intense scrutiny, with analysts warning of possible political fallout and damage to the country's credibility. The Malacanang confirmed that only Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and Budget Secretary Amina Pagdamanan resigned out of delicadeza, allowing independent probes into their former offices. No other cabinet officials have followed, except Deputy Undersecretary Tragave Olaivar. Asked if Secretary Sonny Angara would step down after being tagged in alleged kickbacks, the palace said it's up to him. Press Officer Undersecretary Claire Castro stressed that no shakeup is underway, and the president still has confidence in those who resigned voluntarily. She dismissed the political noise, calling Amy Marcos' allegations baseless and not to be taken seriously. The National Artist title is the country's highest honor for Filipino creatives, but behind its prestige lies a process where merit meets presidential power. While the NCCA and the CCP conduct rigorous multi-level screenings, the president ultimately decides who gets the award, raising questions on politics versus artistry. Past presidents have inserted or removed nominees, including Gloria Arroyo's controversial 2009 additions, later voided by the Supreme Court. Cases like Nora Honor and Ramon Santos reveal how politics, personal judgment, and public perception can shape cultural history, proving that greatness at times isn't just earned but approved. U.S. lawmakers overwhelmingly approved the Epstein Files Transparency Act, ordering the release of government documents on sex offender Jeffrey Epstein after President Trump reversed his long-standing opposition. The bill, driven by public demand for answers from over 1,000 alleged victims, passed despite earlier attempts by Trump and GOP leaders to block it. Trump now says Republicans have, quote, nothing to hide. Though he faces scrutiny over his own past ties with Epstein, the legislation heads to the Senate, with questions remaining on how much the Justice Department will actually disclose. Union Bank of the Philippines has enabled Google Pay for its Visa credit cards, allowing customers to make contactless payments with NFC-enabled Android phones, in stores, online, and in apps, without showing their physical cards. Currently in beta for credit cards, Union Bank plans to extend the service to debit cards soon. Security features include tokenization and encryption, while cardholders still earn rewards and cashback. The rollout supports digital adoption and financial inclusion, letting users pay seamlessly through the Google Wallet app with just a tap of their phone. Eliana Ara Arida, Miss Universe 2013 third runner-up, returned to the global stage, this time as a mentor and national director for training at Miss Universe Philippines, as Filipino brand Bench becomes the official swimsuit sponsor of the 74th Miss Universe in Thailand. Bench's Power of Love and Sky of Thailand collections reflect Ara's legacy of confidence, excellence, and pride. Once a standout swimsuit performer, she now shapes the next generation of Filipina contenders, ensuring the Philippines remains a powerhouse in pageantry while celebrating Filipino talent on the world stage. LeBron James completed a full practice Monday, moving closer to returning from a sciatica injury that sidelined him for the season start, a first in his NBA career. The 40-year-old veteran's status for Tuesday's Laker Jazz game remains TBD, with coach JJ Redick calling his return adding like a new player. James acknowledged the mental challenge of missing early games, but said he's ready physically and mentally. Meanwhile, Spurs star Victor Wembanyama faces a multi-week layoff with a left calf strain. Now a look at today's horoscope. Today calls for focus and enthusiasm, Leo. Your dedication at work will help you achieve the results you've been aiming for. In your professional life, maintain your energy during meetings and collaborative efforts. Your performance in career and businesses will be strong, earning you respect and enhancing your reputation. Financial efforts remain favorable and consistent focus will accelerate your work plans. Business matters are positive. Your steady commitment and strategic approach today will pave the way for continued success and recognition. Katribu, did you know that on this day of November 19, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address at the dedication of a national cemetery in Pennsylvania, honoring the soldiers who died in the Battle of Gettysburg? The speech, though brief, became one of the most significant in American history. Lincoln's words redefined the purpose of the Civil War, emphasizing national unity, equality, and democracy, and inspiring generations to uphold the principles of freedom and sacrifice for the greater good. Now, a TikTok video from user Yui is leaving netizens wondering, are these dogs fighting or are they falling in love? One of the dogs can be seen carrying the hind legs of the other in a move that has viewers scratching their heads. The clip shows two dogs spinning around with one dog holding the other's back legs off the ground. One commenter joked, "Literally, you lift my feet off the ground," while another asked, "Away ba to o sayaw?" Whatever it is, there's no denying these dogs are absolutely adorable. That's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.